All right, here's quiz 3. Let's see, we're given that we have 29 observations. So we're not even given the observations, but we know that n equals 29. And then it's asked which observation, if they're ordered from least to greatest, would we use to find the median. So for the median, remember you want the 1/2 times n plus 1 largest observation. So since n is 29, you get 1/2 times 30, which is 15. So 15th observation. In Q1, you can figure out similarly. Q1 is the 25th percentile. So you do, maybe I'll do it the long way, 25 over 100 times n plus 1, which we already said was 30, which is the same as 1/4 times 30, which is the same as 30/4, which is 15/2, which is 7.5. So we want the average, so Q1 equals average of 7th and 8th largest observations. And for Q3, I guess these should be like colons instead of equals because I'm showing you how to find them. For Q3, we want the 75th percentile, which is 3/4 of 30, which is 90/4, which is 45/2, which is 22.5. So Q3 is the average of the 22nd and the 23rd largest observation. And I guess that's the end of the first question. The second question, we're given this data, age of the trees and the height of the trees, and asked which variable is the response variable and which variable is the explanatory variable. Okay, so let's see, to figure out what the explanatory variable is, we want to figure out what causes, what's the cause, what's the effect. So explanatory, this is the cause, and response is the effect. So let's see, it makes sense that the age causes the height. It doesn't really make sense for height to cause age. So since age causes the height, we would say that the explanatory variable, where do I write this? Explanatory would be equal to the cause is the age, and the response would be the height. The height. All right, create a scatter diagram. We can do that. Let's see, it's important that you put the explanatory variable, try to make that a little neater, on the x-axis. So we want age down here and height up here. And let's see, age goes up to 45, so maybe I'll do tens of years, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And height goes up to 55, so I guess same thing in tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then just plot these points. So let's see, remember age is your x's and height is equal to your y's. So 20, 28, there's 20. There's a little bit less than 30 would be 28. 5, 8, so here's 5. A little less than 10 would be 8. 44, 50. Here's 44. 50 is way up here. Something like that. 11 and 15. Here's 11. Here is 15. 25 and 55. 25, 55. And here's your scatter diagram. Take a guess at what the R value should be. Okay, so without calculating it, I don't expect you to get this exactly right, obviously. Things you need to know is that R is always going to be between -1 and 1. I guess it could be equal to one of those values. And if you have a positive correlation like we do here, it's going to be a positive number. So you definitely don't want to say that r is negative. And then you kind of have to look at these points and guess, kind of look at how close these are to falling in a straight line. It doesn't quite fall in a straight line, but it's pretty darn close, right? If you kind of think about where the line would be. So my guess would be your r is, I don't know, 0.9 maybe? I mean, it's pretty good correlation if you ask me. So I'd say 0.9, but maybe we'll say anything from, I don't know, 0.6 to 0.95 is okay. Let's say 0.99. Well, whatever. Anything from, now you can't read it, 0.6 to 0.99, I'll be generous, is okay. So hopefully that all makes sense. That's the end of the quiz.